July of 1945, Barbara Kent was 12 years old. That summer, she went away to dance camp. A dozen young girls were enjoying the summer retreat, sleeping in one cabin, and sharing their love of dance. Pre-dawn, on July 16th, they were jolted out of bed unexpectedly. They went outside, and even though it should have been dark, they found it bright as day, white flakes falling from the sky. It was winter in July. They danced in the snow, rubbed it on their skin, caught the flakes on their tongues, and made snow angels on the ground. All of these young women would die before they reached the age of 40. But the tragedy of this event does not end there. What they had no way of knowing was that 50 miles away, at the White Sands Missile Range, an atomic bomb test had just taken place called the Trinity, part of the Manhattan Project. This test of a bomb that contained 13 pounds of plutonium happened on a platform just 100 feet off of the ground. The blast had nowhere to go but out and up. The blast was so severe that it turned the surrounding sand into glass. The radiation from the bomb tainted the soil, the water, all of the food and animals in the surrounding farms, and the people of Alamogordo. And that snow that the young girls danced in, yeah, that was nuclear fallout. To put this in perspective, on August 6th and 9th, just 3 weeks after this test, the US would drop two bombs, one called Little Boy on Hiroshima, Japan, and one called Fat Man on Nagasaki, Japan. Fat Man was named after Winston Churchill, and Little Boy being his much smaller counterpart. Fat Man contained approximately the same amount of plutonium as the Trinity test, and those bombs killed upwards of 200,000 people, most of which were civilians. That number does not include the amount of generations that have died from cancer following that explosion. To date, this is the only use of nuclear weapons in an armed conflict. The United States government has never issued any free medical care, financial settlements, or even so much as an apology or acknowledgement to the people of this large community. One of the community members was quoted as saying, "They are just waiting for all of us to die." Quote, "The New Mexicans were the first people in the world to be exposed to radiation as a result of a nuclear test. How ironic, then, that they remain among the last to be compensated." As the people of this community continually fight various types of cancer caused by overexposure to radiation, they are also plagued with poverty. They'll bake sales and go door to door to raise money for gas just to take their family members to chemotherapy. This is the Chernobyl and 3 Mile Island that no one talks about. Trinity Downwinders Project continues to fight the judicial system to find some sort of justice and or financial compensation for these people that have suffered so greatly. Hope that this video raises awareness about the subject of environmental poisoning. Mainly affected areas are Chernobyl, Ukraine, Fukushima, Japan, Mayak, Russia, Nagasaki, Japan, Alamogordo, New Mexico, 3 Mile Island, Pennsylvania, Parkersburg, West Virginia, and Fernald, Ohio, which you can hear the story of in the David Box video on this channel, and many more that we don't have enough time to mention. I quote, "People sometimes ask me, why don't you just move?" Well, the only safe day to move was July 15th, 1945. Rest in peace.